Welcome, champions. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining me. I am Faith James, CEO and founder of the Personal Branding Consultancy, and our mission is to empower every single entrepreneur across the planet, giving them the tools, the resources, the know-how, and the expert guidance to help them build standout brands so that their light can be shined across the world, attract your ideal clients, and particularly the people for whom God has assigned to you. They get to be able to see you, know where you are, and find you. So today we're going to be talking about mind your business, everything about you speaks. So for some of you, you might be thinking I'm being like so shady and telling you to mind your business. Yes, and that's not the whole story. The word mind is defined as paying attention, giving something importance. So mind your business means paying attention, giving a level of importance to your business. Why? Because everything about you speaks. Everything about you speaks, even when you're not speaking. That's the power of developing a professional brand. So that while you are in a room like this, your professional brand, your digital you, is still out there telling the people all about who you are, why they get to work with you. So before I get into the session, I want to read a scripture for you. And one of the big ethos at our company is that we ground our work, we ground our principles of coaching and teaching in the Word of God. So why it's important to build your personal brand, why it's important to curate a professional brand, because that's what Jesus said. Let me read. This is coming from Matthew 5:14 through 16. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light shine. Let it shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Let nobody add anything to the word of the Lord. So there it is. Let your light shine so that the people in the house can see it. Modernized so that the people on social media can see it, so that the people in your community can see it, so that the people on LinkedIn can see it. It is so important that you understand it is your duty, it's your responsibility to show up, show out, shine, let the people for whom God has assigned to you find you. Everything about you speaks. Everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. From your personal you, your in-person you, your social media you, your digital you. Everything that you create about your business speaks. So you've heard it said, 6 seconds to make a first impression. Already, when the people see you, they're making up stories about you. It may not be fair, but it is just what it is. And so as the CEO of you, you get to be so intentional about how you curate what that perception is. Because if you do not, you are leaving it up to all of the other people to decide what you're about. You get to say what you are. What is your vision? What is your mission? So that is the first place I get to support you with. If I were in front of you right now, champion, and I asked you, tell me, what is your vision? Do you have something written, articulated, or documented that you would be able to tell me right now? Or would you be hemming and hawing, number one, that's not a pro look. And number two, it's feedback for you that you get to really spend time. This is the foundation. So think about if you went to a builder and you're saying, build me a house. And I like bay windows and I like skylights and I love French doors. Go ahead, build a house. What would the builder say to you? Where is the blueprint? Because no matter how much you like bay windows, no matter how much skylights do it for you, no matter how much French doors are your jam, if you do not have the blueprint for your brand, you're literally just doing spaghetti strategy, throwing anything up and seeing what fits. So if you were not able to answer what is your vision, and then the follow on to that is, what is your mission? So your vision is what you want to see out in the world. And this is how it starts. My vision for the world is a world where? Is a world where what? You fill that in. Your mission then becomes, how are you specifically, champion? How are you going to go about ensuring that the world accomplishes that vision? Right? So I said, my vision for the world is a world where entrepreneurs are fully well-equipped, able, resourced, and powerfully in their knowing to build their brands with ease and grace and all the things, right? That would be a vision. So, okay, Faith, how are you going to do that? My mission is to show up for them in a variety of ways, to create access in a variety of ways, from my weekly show where I empower, where I inform, where I educate, to my free Facebook group, the Savvy Branders Tribe, where we provide information and motivation, to my paid membership, the Brand Activator membership, where I show up and we daily meet live. We have one-on-one sessions, and I literally am your branding Sherpa, taking you along the way, empowering you along the journey to build that brand. That is the mission. That I'm going to show up, I'm going to make myself accessible, I'm going to have a variety of pricing structure so that nobody gets priced out, et cetera, et cetera. That's what your mission is. So your work, champion, after you've done watching this, is to go create that. Vision statement, mission statement. Once you have that locked and loaded, then you can go about the business of applying that to all of your public facing touch points. So remember, everything about you speaks. And when I brand my clients, it's literally every touch point, from their background to the way they show up, to their brand colors, to the content that they deliver in their lives, to the bio on their Instagram, their headline summary on LinkedIn, to their website, to their photo shoots, everything, to their text messages. Here's a pro tip. Did you know that you can customize your text messages? So rather than somebody call you and you just hit can't talk, that's not pro. I empower my clients by customizing their messages. So instead of saying can't talk or call you back, I'm currently in a brand VIP session right now. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. So everything about you speaks. Even my text message is speaking to say you're in the presence of a branding pro. She is with a client right now. She will get back to you, right? Are your text message responses customized? Is your voice reading customized? Or does it just say, hey, this is Champion B, not here right now, call you back? Everything about you speaks. So what I want you to do is we call this, do a heuristic audit. I want you to think of every single place that somebody could find you. So of course, the usual suspects, your social. All of your social profiles, your website, your business card, if you have brochures, marketing pieces, if you have a presentation, where you're showing up to different networking events, I want you to put that, imagine if you were putting that all on a wall. And then I want you to consider, sit back and look at it all and go, what story are all of these touch points saying about me? Is it communicating pro? Is it communicating subject matter expert? Is it communicating somebody who cares so deeply for their people that they go above and beyond? What is that full story? So think about if you went to a fashion show. You know that coming down the runway, there's going to be evening wear, there's going to be swimwear, there's casual, right? There's bridal, whatever. Every piece isn't going to look the same, But when you sit back and here comes that final walk and you look at the collection and you go, yeah, that's good. I get it. I want 5 of those pieces. Because everything about that collection is speaking what that designer is about. What are all of your touch points communicating? One quick test I like to have my clients do is look at any of your profiles. Would you hire you? Because here's some real hard loving truth, champions. Oftentimes when we say we're becoming the CEO and we set up our business, we just expect the people, particularly friends and family, we just expect them to come support us just because. But here's a newsflash. You can't mean mug people into doing business with you, and your business gets to scale beyond the people in your family and your community. God is not a God of lack. He is assigned to you throngs of people. And the way that you reach, the way that you attract those people is by building your brand so that it moves beyond you, it moves ahead of you, and it's communicating all of the nice, delicious things that you want to say about yourself so that when your people come across it, they have that sense of trust, they have that sense of expertise, like, wow, yeah, this person is really doing it and I want them to do it to me or for me. Would you hire you? Everything about you speaks. What is your digital footprint saying? Is it saying, oh, this person, they're dabbling in essential oils, they're dabbling in massage therapy, they do a little Pilates training, they're also a real estate agent, they do some Bellage hair coloring on the weekends. Because all of those things together, what's that going to communicate? Not a pro, not an expert, not a specialist. And let me tell you some, champion, let me come close. Why you want to build your brand as a subject matter expert. Dilly-dallying and dawdling and loitering about 50 million different industries is lazy. What you're trying to do is just cast the widest net and just trying to catch everybody. Newsflash, everybody with a credit card is not your client. And here is why. You absolutely get to go so deep on your area of expertise. Watch me. Dr. A, Dr. B, both doctors, right? On the service, both doctors. Dr. A is a general practitioner. Says he does a little pediatric on the side to make ends meet. Says he has watched a couple of back surgeries on YouTube. Dr. A. Dr. B, 25-year board certified orthopedic surgeon, does 1,000 surgeries every year, is on the board of directors of all things orthopedic surgery, is a professor in charge at the university teaching med students on orthopedic surgery. Champion, who do you want opening your back? You have presented with a chronic back issue that's been plaguing you and just limiting your opportunities. You need to have surgery. That's an optional. Who are you going to have open your back? Dr. A, the general practitioner who's hustling some pediatric on the side, says he watched a couple of YouTube videos on back surgery, or Dr. B, eats back surgeries for lunch, doing this, running the game, teaching the game. Now, because I know you're a champion, of course, it's Dr. B. So the same holds true for you. As David Ogilvy says, shout out to my alma mater, Ogilvy and Mather, the consumer is not a moron. What does that mean? They're intellectually curious people. And as I said earlier, you can't hoodwink people nor mean mug people to do business with you. You've got to show up with your goods. You've got to present, you've got to bring your receipts that show proof positive. The thing that I say I can do, I actually do it, and I have all of my receipts, all of my testimonials, all of my third-party recommendations. My Google My Business review is thick. I'm so good at what I do. If you wouldn't go to Dr. A, who's doing all sorts of things, trying to do the most, why do you think somebody would come to you when they need specialized service, but you're out there in the streets telling people you do this, a little essential oil, you have this company, I'm hustling this? They're not going to take you serious. Everything about you speaks. That speaks about you. That speaks and says, no. So I want to come with encouragement. And I want you to feel like, oh my goodness. But you also get to realize when you're building your brand, it's a both and. It's this and this. It's not this or this. It's not, oh, let me focus on my Facebook and ignore the rest. Because 40% of consumers go to all of your social media and make a buying decision before they contact you. So if you know your LinkedIn is just dusty, you haven't posted anything in months, the last time you did an article was never. You're like, wait, what? We can do articles on LinkedIn? When they go and look at that and go, yeah, no, I'm not even going to call this person because they don't look like they're really that active. You've just lost a potential client. Meanwhile, let's put a fine focus on the fact that you are good at what you do. You know your stuff like you know your stuff, champion. But because you didn't attend to all of your public facing touch points, because you didn't come to the knowing that every single thing about you speaks, you left some things unattended and that cost you. But I'm here to tell you no more. No more. I want to be able to support you in managing through all of this. And it first starts with, what is your vision? Don't touch a website redesign. Don't look at any logos. Don't worry about any brand colors, none of that stuff. Your first step, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to articulate your brand vision and your brand mission. Because after that, everything else becomes easy. Everything else falls into place because it's informed by what it is that you're here to do. But if you don't know what it is that you're here to do and you're out there in the streets looking crazy, just like, opening up your trench coat going, hey, who wants a little real estate? Who wants a little haircut? Who wants a little exercise? Everything about you speaks. So have courage in knowing that you already have everything that you need. You already have everything that you need because guess what? God put it there. That desire in your heart to be an entrepreneur, to go out and serve and help people, God put that there. I've got no brand new to give you anything. But what I do have is 25 plus years of expertise working on brands like IBM and Mary Kay and A.G. Edwards and Pepsi and Liberty Mutual, just to name a few. I've managed multinational brands, run $1 million P&Ls. I know exactly what it takes to get a brand from zero to hero. And if that sounds like something you want to do with your brand because you know your stuff is good. Now, if you're out here trying to hoodwink the people, I am not the consultant for you. But if you know, your stuff is good and you just need a path to how do you get seen? How do you get visible? How do you get consistent? There are 10 C's to building your personal brand. Number one of them, chief among them, consistency. If you don't have a place where your people know every Monday, I can come find Champion C here. Every Friday, I know I'm going to get a good word of encouragement from Champion Y. So I help you to build those assets. And my ethos, we're going to fly and we're going to build a plane as we go. Because the other liar that comes to steal and rob is perfectionism. A lot of times we don't start because we're just waiting. We need this. And I will tell you, you can fly while you're building the plane. So if you know that you get to have help and support with creating a brand that is consistently communicating the same things in all touch points, that you get to live Matthew 5:14-16, where it says, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works. If you know it's time for your good works to be seen, I want you to connect with me. You can email me at faith@faithjames.com. Just let me know that you watched and participated in this Champions Comeback. I am happy to support you and talk about ways in which you might fit into any of the opportunities and the programs that I have. But more importantly, it's about stepping in and going alongside you, because I understand that this journey is not easy. Not everybody knows how to just wake up and do this thing. I've been in this game for a long time. I've had the blessing and the great honor of working some of the top brands in the world. So I know a thing or two or three or four when it comes to building a brand. So I want to be able to support you, want to be able to help you. Champions always come back. And guess what? Champions have coaches. Let me say that again for the person in the back. The champions come back, but the champions have coaches. If you think about any elite athlete, they have multiple coaches. And it's not just for show. It's for game. It's for real. So if it's your winning season and you know you get to go, my name is Faith James. I'm the CEO, founder of the Personal Branding Consultancy. I want to help you shine your light onto the world. You have greatness in you. God put it there. I just get to be the Sherpa that helps you ascend to the top of your mountain. Champions, I love you. Be well and be blessed.